Gram Power Mark 23 X-Calibur CO, as in optics ready. You guys already know why we don't do optics on initial reviews, but in this video you'll see my absolute first shots through the gun, full magazine plus one. Take it over to the What's for Dinner test to see what it eats. Take it to the spinner for sights and trigger control. Do some practical accuracy, and then I want to compare this against the Mark 12 and see if I can feel much of a difference or demonstrate a difference that you guys might appreciate. All that coming up next on GBGuns. Get our target camera fired up. We are 20 yards away from a C-zone piece of steel, as usual. Looking forward to this. When we visited Gram Power in Slovakia, we were shooting in very different circumstances with different ammo than we normally do, and so I couldn't really tell if the new operating system was as smooth as the old ones or not. Looking forward to seeing if that's true now. Of course, we have enhanced traction on the grip. That's going to help. But at the end of this video, I'm going to try some side-by-side stuff. Using, this is PMC bronze, which is kind of middle of the road. Notice right there, we don't get the birthday bump anymore on the Mark 23. That was an auto forwarding of the slide that you used to get on the Mark 12s if you slammed a magazine in. I'm still running the giant safeties. I don't know. Dead center stacking hits. And it's absolutely cold. It's 8 a.m. on a Sunday. I have to be out here to beat the rain. I'd say it's still pretty good. Okay, I threw one a little higher there. Still shot pretty darn easily. That was comfy. Full mag plus one, and these are the same mags for the Mark 23s as we had in the Mark 12s. So if you have a Mark 12, the 15 round 9mm mags work in the 23s. If you don't, and you're looking for mags and all you find is labeled Q1 or K100 or something like that, don't worry. All the 9mm 15 round mags are the same. So I expect this full mag plus one to work fine. However, these are brand new magazines. I noticed the followers didn't want to settle down as smoothly as my older ones, but my older ones have also been through lots of training courses and loaded a whole bunch of times. So maybe they're just more broken in, and these are brand new mags. Let's see how I can control this, try to go a little quicker and keep as much of it on steel as possible. Make sure I'm still in frame. That was pretty easy. You guys have seen it. I haven't seen the footage yet, but with this enhanced traction, this new grip on here, it sure felt like it stayed planted pretty well in the hand. Of course, an advantage with the big safeties is it gives you that 1911 ride the safety to an extreme, and that's what I was doing, was just bearing down on it. Wow. All right, let's see what this new action type eats. It's that time again. What's for dinner time? Thanks to our patrons, Ammo Squared, and a couple manufacturers, we've got 10 different loads. As I go by these, you'll notice they each have a different bullet weight, bullet projectile shape. The ogi is in a different spot. We got everything case material. We're looking to see what will the gun eat. 3 rounds. Does it load from slide lock? Does it cycle and feed the next load based on the energy of the round? And a 3rd round to reduce variables. If you're curious about any of these and want to try them, because I know we have some odd stuff, check the pinned comment for the full review over at gbgunsdepot.com. We'll link to this stuff where we can find it. This will be interesting. I love trying new action types, especially when I know that manufacturers don't have, at least European manufacturers don't have access to the same ammo. Even though, sadly, on this whole table, only 2 companies, maybe 3, are actually American, now that Federal sold. Anyways, our first load, 1776. Let's hope this is American. Lead free. This is our lightest load, coming in at 90 grains. For circle number 1. The target is 7 yards away. Those are 2-inch circles. It's not the most precise aiming spot, but it gives us an idea for point of impact. Very soft. No issues. Now, a classic gun choker, surprisingly, the Hornady Critical Defense Light 100 grain FTX. Gun choker because hopefully you can see just how short and small the projectile is. Almost looks like it belongs in a 380. Circle 2. Pretty soft. Didn't feel much softer than the other stuff in this gun. Maybe this action needs more energy. We'll find out. If we step it up, we've got Cellular and Blot's 100 grain lead free. This is the non-toxic stuff. Also a strange bullet shape. Nice. That had some more energy into it. Shots are hitting a little bit high. They are adjustable sights. I'm going to leave them in the factory location for all loads in the whole review. That way we get a true indicator. Next is some regular 115 ball. This is the New Republic stuff. This is actually not US made, and in our ammo test proved to be a little bit on the soft side. So for circle 4, see if the ground power can run the softer 115. No issues. Smells nice. Something American, SIG V-Crown. This is the 115 grain nickel plated case. The nickel plating, if you haven't seen it, is good for corrosion resistance. Also reduces friction inside the magazine and going into and out of the chamber. Makes for a more reliable round that you can sit on longer because the case isn't going to corrode as quickly. Circle 5. Punch here. No issues. Now for some hot stuff. Wolf 115 grain steel case. This actually, out of 23 loads, tested to be on the hotter end. We use steel and aluminum in these tests because they have different friction between rounds stacked in the magazine, different friction going into and out of the chamber, and they expand and contract at a different rate in the chamber than brass does. So some guns choke on them. You know, despite that stuff being hot, it did not feel hotter. This is an interesting experience. Blazer aluminum 115 grain. Stuff actually turned out to be some of the more consistent ammo we've ever tested. Circle 7. Huh. I say it's consistent and I don't group as well with it. Now, moving up to 130 grain. This is Federal's PCC stuff. It's got a slightly more rounded nose to it to try to aid in feeding. It also is a slower burning powder. On comped guns, comped pistols, we found this stuff to be pretty nice because, oh, did I not get slide lock on the aluminum? I did not. Didn't notice that. Interesting. But guns with ports, this PCC stuff proves to be pretty good because it's gassier longer. We've got a 4.8 inch barrel here. Should give us lots of burn. Oh yeah. Nice. Now another S&B, this is their subsonic 140 grain. Now I grabbed this stuff specifically for what's for dinner because 140 grain is a little light for subsonic, which means it's got less powder in it. It's also a snubby bullet. Circle 9. Dang. I think this gun's pretty darn accurate. Any inconsistencies, I think, are probably my fault. We'll find out when I do the practical accuracy towards the end of the video. Next, 147 is the heaviest we've got. This is the HST combo pack. 50 rounds of the Syntec training match and 50 rounds of the HST. Supposed to be matched so that you can practice with the cheaper stuff and then have your performance on the real thing be the same. Might be worth testing someday. Circle 10. I was just thinking that HST tends to be a little punchy. And I was getting some recoil, but still nothing unmanageable. Very, very smooth shooting today so far. Let's head over to the spinner. That is our Titan Grid Outdoors 6-inch spinner target. We are back here 13 yards away. Don't worry, I'll leave you zoomed in so you can watch the target. I have 8 rounds of that PMC bronze, same ammo, just sticking with it. Use this for sights and trigger control because it's a small target at distance that starts moving after you hit it. The better you hit it, the faster it moves, and the more important timing a well-placed shot becomes. Can be quite a challenge. Knocking over the top is kind of fun when that happens. This PMC bronze is middle of the road energy, as I recall from our tests. However, we've got a 4.8-inch barrel, so we should be hitting plenty hard. Interesting. As you saw there, I hit every time, all 8 shots, and pretty much in the same spot. Very, very easy to stay on target with this gun, this recoil absorbing action type. Still working just as good as the Mark 12s did. The sights gives you a nice precise picture with that fine fiber optic front and blacked out rear. Trigger, ultra crisp. Timing the shot, which is often the hardest thing to do on there, was very easy to do. Why it didn't go over, I don't know. But the important part of the test, could I get a good sight picture and could I time my shots? Yes, very easily. Easier with this gun than anything else of recent memory. So big win for the X-Calibur. Now let's do some practical accuracy. For practical accuracy, we're back at the paper target, 7 yards away. Got a 1-inch square. The left circle square is going to be what I'm aiming at. Still using the PMC bronze just to keep with consistency. Pressure's on, a gram. See how it shoots. Use this target because that 1-inch square at 7 yards tends to be about the width of the front sight post. That pause at the end there was my, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up. Sights are definitely a little bit high, but awesome group. At this point, having not shot this side by side with the Mark 12, it feels like you're not missing out on anything. We'll do that part next, so watch for that. But man, very controllable recoil, very precise trigger, excellent sights, good ergonomics. You get 4 back straps with this thing, and the back straps are 3-sided, so they change quite a bit about the way the gun fits your hand. I'm just running the normal one. Over the years, I've tried all 4 of them. There's one that I definitely don't like. The other 3 I can kind of deal with, so I found it to not really make much of a difference. You do lose that auto forward feature that used to be on the Mark 12s. Does that matter? I don't think so. It's pretty easy. I did a video on this years ago. Rest your thumb on the top of the slide release, just like that, and as you slam in, it auto forwards anyways. So not something to have to worry about if you just get some technique down. The new action type still reduces felt recoil. It still felt softer than conventional Browning actions. Is it as good as the Mark 12? I can't tell yet, shooting side by side, but what I can tell you is you've got a fully supported chamber. It's reducing felt recoil, and it ran our variety in What's for Dinner. So there's nothing to complain about for sure. I'm impressed, as I've always been. You guys know that I'm a long-time Grand Power fan. Got my first X-Calibur in 2016, I think it was. So been shooting them for a number of years. This is certainly worthy of the X-Calibur name and worthy of the Grand Power name. Let's see if I can come up with a way to test these things side by side, 12 versus 23, in case you're watching this while the 12s are still on the market. All right, here's the premise. 7 yards away from a full-size torso, and I'm gonna try hammering out 6 rounds through Mark 23 and the Mark 12. I'm gonna do each gun twice. We'll take a look. You guys will get to see how the gun rides in my hand through it all. And then of course we'll see the target to see how much I stay on. This is a great time. In fact, one of the few justifiable times I think for using a shot timer. I have a shot timer. Somehow it's not with me. So start off with the Mark 12. That's the birthday bump I was referring to. Slam in a mag and it auto forwards. Awesome feature. And here we go. I had some lateral spread, not too bad, and time 2. That time they, I think, stayed all alpha. So you can take a look at that, and I'll reset, paint the target again, and we'll do the Mark 23. And in case I didn't mention it earlier, I also changed ammo. I'm running Winchester White Box, which it's going to surprise a lot of folks unless you're literate, is the some of the spicier stuff out there, believe it or not, for 9mm 115 grain. I wanted a little more recoil to give some more challenge and maybe give us a better view of the gun riding and recoil. So Mark 23, here we go. That felt a lot better. That was notably better in hand. Huh. Am I getting better at doing this, or did I have better control with the better traction, or is it the action type? Go one more. Yeah, it shot better. That surprised me. I was not expecting that, simply because I've known the Mark 12 for 7 years. I didn't think Mark 23 was going to improve upon. In fact, I was a little concerned that the action type might have ruined a good thing. I shot faster, had better control. It felt better, more so than just getting used to the drill, because I don't normally do things like this. One of the reasons why you don't see me run a lot of drills like this is it's very easy to train to a drill, and then that's all it becomes. It's just like people who chase times on a shot timer. The reload one is my favorite. Sure, that can get you good at the mechanics of racing and reload, but shot, reload, shot, when you know that you need to reload, is a whole lot different than shooting. Why isn't my gun working? Oh crap, I'm out, I need to reload. That's a better training. If you got multiple mags, put various numbers of rounds in there and train that way, not the whole shot, reload, shot thing. But anyways, onto these. Good job, Grand Power. You improved the X-Calibur. I think between the traction's the only thing I know I can put my hand on, but haha, little pun there. As far as recoil control with this hotter ammo, I could shoot faster with the Mark 23 than I could with the Mark 12. I think that concludes it. Thanks for watching. If you're curious how to get these things, because I bought this one, check the pinned comment for the full review. I linked to stuff where I can find it and the price at the day that I found it, so that you can get your hands on this stuff too. Thanks for watching.